You know, we really first saw him when he was on Final 5 trying to qualify in Challenger in the expansion tournament.
Yeah, a lot of these players are still looking for their big team break, and the hope is that Phoenix1 can pull it together over the course of this series, especially if Team Liquid shows some of the weakness that they've been showing over the past 2 weeks. But as you can see, we have entered into picks and bans for game number 1. Kindred, Sivir, and Zyra are going to be the first 3 taken away from Phoenix1. Ryze and Vladimir banned away from Team Liquid.
Yeah, I was surprised at the lack of Zyra that was coming out in the last series, because Zyra is an incredibly frustrating and annoying champion to play against, and it almost forces a lane swap out of your opponent, regardless of what AD carry you have, even if it's something like Sivir. So you can actually play pretty kind of lane passive AD carries and still have a Zyra dominate the lane for you.
Yeah, the Trundle is the first lock for Team Liquid.
Like it. Yeah, I like it. So Team Liquid stat-wise, they are, I believe, 3 and 6 in terms of their games, wins, and losses. Those 3 wins are 2 Aurelia, 1 Trundle. All the losses are 4 Maokai, 2 Echo. Every time Lourlo has played a tank champion in the top lane, a sole tank, Team Liquid have lost in this split. Every time he's played a fighter or a bruiser in the top lane, somebody who wants to split push or assassinate, they've won the game because Dardoch pays more attention to that lane and they're allowed to do that. And with Piglet out of the lineup for this one, it's actually quite interesting because Fabi doesn't need that many resources to turn online, whereas Piglet usually demanded a decent amount of resources and they would play to him. Now this might free up TL to play towards Lourlo.
Yeah, and the answer for Phoenix1 is a very aggressive bottom lane to put pressure on that potential weak spot for Team Liquid. It's Lucian and Karma.
Yeah, that's a very powerful bottom lane, and you can still pick Swain because you have the Karma to enable your engage, and now you have the Lucian, which, of course, Doublelift loves, and it's that whole lane matchup. But still, more picks coming through.
Yeah, Olaf locked in for Dardoch.
Yeah, banned all throughout the previous series up against Meteos, I believe, so they didn't want to see that. But now, Dardoch gets his hands on it, and there's a lot still on the table, right? Nidalee's still on the table, Graves, Gragas. So it's not like he's being forced down this tier. So there's something happening in scrims where an Olaf was going off.
There were some conversations about scrims for Team Liquid showing some recent results. So this could be, hey, we found the secret thing. Olaf is the next big pick. But Ashe locked in for Fabi.
Yeah, and now Fabi playing that Ashe is going to be quite interesting because when we look at the champions that Piglet was playing, he did also play an Ashe game alongside a Zyra, so they had a lot of engage in that one. I remember that game didn't have a whole lot of picking going on, so as TL rounds this roster out, they could pick up something like an Azir or a Victor and be completely fine with the pick potential that they have in this comp with the engage.
Yeah, the next answers are going to be Shen and Nami, interestingly enough. That means Karma is going to Pirean in the mid lane.
Ooh, okay. So that's going to be Pirean's Karma, Wave Clear, incredibly powerful champion. Once you're able to actually use the Soul Flare, you throw it out and it does an immense amount of damage. And we saw Phoenix play this in playoffs where he threw down a fantastic Mantra Q, and then he got his Mantra back a second time because it cools down faster the more champions you hit with abilities.
Yeah, very strong champion. Meanwhile, Team Liquid still looking for their mid and support. Bard being hovered by Matt. He has not yet played it this split, and it's locked in. So this is the first time Matt is returning to that Bard since spring.
Yeah, and an Azir here as well for Phoenix. He's only played it twice, and it's been up many times this split against him. So going back to the Azir, this looks like comfort here for TL for the mid laner and the support. Matt has not played Bard like you said. Now we're seeing him back on it.
Whoa, Hecarim.
Yes!
The final lock-in for Phoenix1.
Okay, so Hecarim jungle was played in LCK one time. It's also terrorizing all of solo queue at the moment.
Yeah.
Where Ghost, with the lower cooldown, junglers are now able to get your flash, trade a summoner, and continue to dive you. It's absolutely oppressive if it gets ahead, and it can run through your turret. It doesn't give a damn, and it kills you, and then it'll come back when you have no summoner.
Yeah, this is something that we sort of expected out of Zentinel when he first showed up. Very aggressive solo queue style player, but hasn't had a lot of success in the competitive scene.
Yeah, Zentinel actually quite oppressive in solo queue. He likes to pick things like Graves and live in your jungle. I don't know if he'll be able to do that against an Olaf, but I expect him to play to these lanes. If you are playing Hecarim for the farm early on, then you're not exactly playing him optimally. It's suboptimally at that point.
It is a little concerning. We'll see if he can pull it together as the coaches shake hands. Now, we are tracking your votes on Twitter to see who the fans are throwing their weight behind. Vote using hashtag TLWin or hashtag P1Win. Let us know, will it be the gatekeeper or will it be the gate itself that takes the win?
He's the gatekeeper, though, so what does that mean? Does that mean he absolutely controls that lane?
Oh, man, I have no idea, but this is going to be a pretty exciting match as everyone is getting ready. Some very aggressive champions out of both sides. I like how the junglers are both aggressive style junglers, and they've got champions that just go in and make action happen.
Yeah, exactly. Both these guys love to charge. They're going to be making constant use of the Ghost Summoner spell in the lower cooldown. I'll be keeping track of what boots they end up purchasing, because a lot of junglers are just huge fans of actually picking up the Lucidity boots for an even lower cooldown, but I'm expecting action.
And we have loaded onto the Rift. It's Team Liquid versus Phoenix1 on this Friday night. And right now it looks like everyone is going for relatively standard items as everyone departs from their base. Frosty out of both Gate and Matt. And interestingly enough, Team Liquid, they send 3 members towards that top side. Might be looking to sneak in on that Hecarim. Oh, Zentinel
he's got Ghost, so if you can keep slowing him, he doesn't have a way out.
Oh, he's caught by 2 axes. There goes the flash snare. He's going to be locked down. First blood on Dardoch.
And that is the downside of taking Ghost as a summoner spell.
Yeah.
Having the luxury of getting over walls, making this instant distance between you and your opponent cannot be pretty much overstated. It's fantastic, but both summoner spells blown, multiple summoner spells blown on the side of TL, 4 total for 1, but they get the kill, and they get Zentinel's summoner spell. So very important there for that Hecarim, especially since it went over to the Olaf. So Dardoch is going to have a much easier clear right now. He's got boots, so I guess he'll kind of run through the jungle faster.
Did get a pink ward as well, so we'll see where he puts that down. As you can see, standard summoners after all of that, but Dardoch probably going to be feeling pretty good about this quick start. In fact, he's going to be invading on the opposite side, so returning to the scene of the crime. He feels empowered
This
by
is insane.
the corpse on the opposite side.
This is actually really cool, because what TL are doing are they're saying, well, they're going to invade our bottom side. We killed Zentinel on this top side of the map, so they don't want to check this area, so you know there aren't wards over here, and then they start on this side. Zentinel actually could get triple buffed here.
We'll have to keep an eye on Dardoch's path.
Yeah, you should
He's
end up
heading
going
down right now.
across.
There's actually a defensive ping.
Okay, cool. So yeah, this is also the one side of the jungle that you would end up getting if you were TL anyway on the top side. So he's not going to get triple buffed, but it is going to be them having a much smoother start, because a lot of the times the support disrupts you early.
Sentinel was spotted out by the ward. You can see just to the right of him. So Team Liquid well aware that this is going on. The quick turret shove is going to start out. Sentinel coming back at the last minute to help his team out.
Yeah.
Picking up first blood right away.
Yeah, I got to talk to him, and he was like, yeah, I had a plane ticket to leave, and they needed me. So came back pretty much last minute, and Phoenix1 already, you know, that's not how you want to start off the game with that first blood going over. So they have to shake that off. It is a best of 3, so in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big, but it could be game defining for this one.
Yeah. He does have a great attitude, so we are expecting him to be able to return and come back into this. And that's true for a lot of Phoenix1. A lot of these guys have been playing for a long time, and they have the desire to win. They just haven't quite been able to pull it together due to a lot of different problems.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about desire to win. Zig in the top lane, he was on TLA, he was on Team Liquid Academy. He went to Korea with Team Liquid to try out against Lourlo for his spot, and they ended up going with Lourlo. So Zig, instead of staying on TLA, went to Phoenix1. Now, if he can crush Lourlo in the top lane, be like, hey, you guys made the wrong choice. Well, you know, he's motivated right now.
Yeah, he's got his work cut out for them, though. He's playing the tank Shen versus the tank killer Trundle.
Yep.
So we'll see if he can pull it together and get for some of those kills. But of course, this is that, you know what, you guys didn't take me, but I can still outplay you.
Yeah, fun stuff, though, is although Shen, you know, he can get kind of destroyed by the Trundle, he does have a way to dodge all of Trundle's auto attacks, which is the main source of his damage.
Oh, Team Liquid looking for a sneaky gank onto Zig.
Zig remembers that game where he had no CS for 7 minutes.
Oh, yeah. He went out of his way this time to get 6.
Yeah. Hold
So
on
he's-
to every last one.
He's getting a handful. That's
I believe it was Darshan who talked about as a top laner, every CS that you get in a lane swap is a gift. Yeah. So you better last hit it. Don't let other minions take it.
yeah, especially in this lane swap situation. The duos now head towards the opposite side of the map. Looks like for now, Phoenix1 are a little bit quicker to get their wave forward, as Fabi and Matt are on that side as well. So they're going to be looking for their own tier 1 turret. And Fabi and Matt, the original TLA bottom lane you mentioned earlier.
So Matt used to be Matt Life. So this bot lane was actually Fab Life. Back when they played together on TLA.
The young Fab Life.
It's the Fab
Well,
Life.
he's back on the skill shot champion with Fabi. So we get to see the return of the Fab Life.
Yep. We'll see if it's a good life, though.
Yeah. Or a bad life.
Yep.
Yeah, looks like they will be able to get down that tier 1 as junglers continue to clear it out. It's still pretty even in jungle CS. Lourlo is going to get exclusive golds.
Yep. And this is what I was worried about for Phoenix1, is that this is an Infernal Drake, and TL on the bottom side of the map after the lane swap are able to pick this up. And if you look at your map, Rift Herald is not up until 6 minutes. So there's no possible counter here on the opposite side of the map.
And Dardoch is going to get out with barely 120 health.
Yeah, as Olaf, you like to get low in the jungle, increases your attack speed.
Yeah. I always like to imagine it that he has a breaking point where if the damage he takes is consistent, you get his health low enough, he just regenerates it back up. The old lifesteal law.
Oh, where he, okay, yeah.
And if you can keep the damage taken low enough, you can just lifesteal it all back up. Unfortunately, it never worked.
Isn't there a video where like 2 Olafs hit each other for an hour or something? Because they have like full items and exactly the right amount of
I
life.
can see that happening. Whoa, here's Lourlo on the bottom. He's all alone. Does have his flash, though, so I think should be able to get out. Forced to burn it, though.
Yeah, they do get his flash, and he's pushed off this minion wave. Now, on the opposite side of the map, though, it is going to be Zig pushed off of that wave without having to burn a summoner.
Yeah, Zig playing safe.
Yeah, as soon as these top laners get level 6, especially Zig, you're going to look for some TP plays here, especially since it's double TP / triple global for P1 versus singular global for TL. And Lourlo, he's been split pushing, and TL's been finding success with that. But if Zig has a way to shut that down, possibly roaming to other lanes and getting fed, or maybe even going into the head-to-head, it could work out for them.
Yeah, there's a bit of trading right now. Dardoch and Zentinel were both very close towards that mid lane. Matt's going to clear out vision, and Zig is going to try to catch a wave on this top side. But here comes Lourlo. Could be the first time these two meet in a competitive match since they played each other in Korea. Now Pirean and Phoenix are just going to trade it out a bit more. There's 3 members heading towards that top side. Dardoch's going up there as well.
Taking
And
4.
Zig, he's got to get out of here. There.
Everybody's up here. The big difference across the map is that Lourlo, the top laner for TL, is in the top lane, and then there's nobody in the bottom lane for TL.
Yeah,
Whereas P1 have Zig just kind of over here.
You can see Fabi getting the daggers along with that longsword is
Taunt him.
going for the rush to try breaking down these turrets. And yeah, they will trade it out. However, the gold is distributed among Phoenix1.
They're trying to make a play on mid here. Otherwise, you would back and catch this gigantic wave that's going to hit your bot side. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, the late recall.
It's like you're going to have Mash push that into your inhibitor turret, and you're going to lose all of that gold from those minions, whereas topside Zig is going to be able to soak this minion wave for himself.
Yeah, Zig's finally getting a chance to catch some of those minions. Looks like it's going to be Fabi gifted over the CS from that tier 2 turret take. So that will match the 2 teams up. However, if you take a look at the gold, 700 difference between the 2. Minor incremental advantages here and there.
That's that first blood as well, going over.
And that first blood.
Worth about 600, which is the gold difference at the moment.
But now here's another neutral objective being taken by Team Liquid. That Rift Herald.
Yeah, and if this goes over to Lourlo, English sometimes gets hard, then it's just another thing for this top laner to go off. They've been putting a large priority on this, and they've talked about it pretty openly, that Rift Herald's an incredibly strong buff that sways the whole power of the top lane. So every time they can give it to their top laner, they will.
Yeah, picked up at the 9-minute mark, going to be lasting till the 29. Fabi could be caught. He's got flash. Gate lands the slow. There's an arrow ready. Oh, the bubble misses. Zentinel is going to dive in. This is a very greedy play, but they look for the kill. There's a stun. Stand United, and they get the kill. Phoenix1 answer 1-1.
Oh, they used so much for that. 2 summoner spells out of Fabi to get a kill. And that's, look at that, 4. The entire bottom lane there from P1. And they got Ziggs Stand United. Just a lot there, but Zentinel, good ultimate, a little bit off to the side. On his follow-up, I believe, is E. Devastating Charge was a little odd there. I'll have to see that again. So we get Dardoch in the corner. His reaction. Goes in. Okay, so he didn't have it anymore. Zentinel had used it to close the distance. And yep, really good flash there from Gate for the auto tech to pick up the kill.
Yeah, good trade for Phoenix1. They do spend a lot, though, and that's a lot of cooldowns they're going to need, especially with Ocean Drake spawning in 2 minutes. And now that the duo of Team Liquid are on that side, they've got Teleport on Lourlo. Could be looking for that next objective over Phoenix1. Once again, just try to play them around the map. The one success that we saw from Phoenix1, however, was waiting for that late game in their one game against Cloud9.
It was interesting because that one game against Cloud9, they also took more risks, right?
Yeah.
That was the big thing, is now that you have a jungler who has Ghost and you have all these guys who are trying to be aggressive, just use your globals as much as you can. Try to get in there and take the risk.
They have a team built around enabling as well. Bonus move speed from Karma, catch and pick out of Nami, and the Stand United from Zig, so perhaps this could be the team comp that plays to that risk-taking style.
Yeah, it's pretty much double support as well.
Yeah.
So you have people who are going to catch your fall. If you look over at Pirean's item build, he went for the Athenes, which is no longer that gigantic AP item. It's the item that when you do damage, the premitigated damage gets stored as charges for when you shield another person, not yourself, or somebody else, and heals them, but he's going to need something more.
Pirean, he's knocked out from the turret, flashes over the wall, takes a lot, and Fabi gets the kill. Gate gets knocked up, and he's destroyed. 2 quick kills for Team Liquid, but they trade one back.
Yeah. Matt ends up getting picked up there. He still had flash, wasn't able to actually get out of that fight, but a beautiful cosmic binding on Pirean that hit Gate as well.
Yeah, so it is answered back, and it's still only 600 gold between the two. Now, Ocean Drake has spawned with that action. Team Liquid weren't able to get away as cleanly as they like, so they're not able to get it right away. Here's that play.
Great arrow from Fabi, and then Phoenix slides in, drops aggro. Matt gets the nice Q onto 2 members. Not able to get out. Not able to get out. Yep. Taunt came through from Zig there, and that gives him a kill.
Yeah, but that is a lot of cooldowns. Take a look at the ultimates for Team Liquid. 4 of them are gone. Matt still doesn't have his Tempered Fate. Phoenix1, though, they've got the full set except for that culling. And Zig on that top side with Stand United. Could try to look for this as Mash makes his way back down towards that lane. Mash actually showing a CS lead over Fabi over the duration of this lane swap.
Yep, close to having that cull actually pop as well, which will pretty much get them back up there in gold just a little bit more. But we're seeing almost 1,000 gold lead at the moment.
Yeah. And continuing to farm it up. Keep that duo on that bottom side. Let Zig catch the wave on the opposite. Longer they wait, though, the more these cooldowns reset for Team Liquid, enabling them to make something happen. This is a big wave, though, so Phoenix1 are just going to try to zone Team Liquid away as much as they can, try to prevent a freeze, and then they might look for it. But Zentinel is on this side. He's spotted out by a ward, and there's Pirean as well.
Yeah, and this is good by Phoenix1. As soon as you get a gigantic wave like that, you need to do one of 2 things. You either use it to make a play and get an objective, or you use it to dive the person, have superior numbers there, and you see this play coming a mile away. It's very telegraphed. You have this gigantic minion wave coming down here, and you're like, we can outnumber you because we know who's on the opposite side of the map. Deny all that CS and farm. But look at this, it's not going to be that easy.
Team Liquid are collapsing. Lourlo's teleporting in. Zentinel stunned against the wall. There's the Stand United. He misses the smite, and Zentinel is going to be forced to get out of the pit. Ocean Drake secured as Phoenix1 abandoned ship. There goes a big slow, and they are able to get out.
Not only did he miss the smite, he missed the opportunity to use it. His smite is 570 damage. It got down to about 470 right before his devastating charge, and you can use your summoner spell smite while you're CC'd, and he didn't do that.
Yeah, Zentinel maybe panicking a little bit under the pressure.
Yeah, I'll have to take another look at it, whether it dropped out of vision or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Again, that's Dragon number 2 now for Team Liquid, and with another Ocean Drake spawning, going to allow them to siege pretty effectively and just stay on the map. Look for those picks with Fabi.
The other beautiful thing about the Ocean Drake is that it helps your jungler so much because it's combat with turrets and champions. So your jungler constantly has this regen.
Yeah, and again, with that fight with the dragon, it really shows the same problems that we've seen with Phoenix1 in week 1 and week 2, was that they've been playing reactive. They really seem to lack a direction in these fights, in their map movements, in their shot calling. And when they play so reactive, that means that they end up getting a bit scattered during these team fights where Team Liquid are trying to just brute force through and break down an objective. Team Liquid will find some damage onto this tier 2 now. Again, just trying to rotate around the map, keep Phoenix on their toes. But again, Phoenix1 need to be more decisive in their calls. They have the team to do it.
The only problem with this team is their engage is really running straight at you. Either landing a bubble or being sped up by Pirean or Zentinel charging in. So it's all very telegraphed. Maybe a taunt flash as well. But TLs, they have the sneaky engage, right? They have the Bard ultimate, the Tempered Fate to catch people out. They have the Ashe arrow from across the map to catch you out. So TLs is a little less telegraphed. You can't see it coming as easily, and it will take you by surprise, especially if you don't have flash.
Well, maybe that's something that Phoenix1 need, is the hard, okay, we're going in.
Yeah, they need a go button, right?
Onslaught of Shadows.
Yeah, they can throw Nami wave, but these are all
Yeah.
kind of soft engages slash hard. I guess they're kind of hard engages, but I always consider hard engage the one that's like a fight is going to happen if you land it, right?
Like the Equalizer or the Sivir.
Or like a Maokai W, things like that.
Just a clear, crisp, we're going to fight you.
Vi ultimate, I think, is the best example.
Yeah.
Somebody is dying, it's you or me. Either I'm killing you or I'm in your backline, and I regret every decision I've ever made.
Someone's going to die. Uh-oh, Zentinel. Looking to collapse on the 4-man of Team Liquid in the mid lane, though he's on top of a ward. Phoenix not doing a great job at clearing out Team Liquid's vision right now, and that's exactly what Liquid need. They'll look for a pick. They've caught Zentinel. He still has the onslaught. Tempered Fate catches Mash. They might look for more. He goes back in, but he goes too far. He's actually able to get a kill as Zig hops in as well. He won. Mash looks to clean up. That's 2 for 1 in favor of Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix won. The gold right now almost even. They're going to be able to clear out this minion wave in mid. Their wave clear, not incredibly good, but they're going to get a lot of damage on this turret. And he has to zone Phoenix off. You can't let that wave clear get close again. And good job, good posturing from P1 to keep them off.
Yeah, well, I guess we figured out their go button now. It's not just Hecarim or not just Shen. It's both.
It's also let the other team use both engage abilities and then turn it around on them. It's the counter engage strategy. And if that's how P1 need to play it, then you need to get to objectives first. You need to get to Baron first. If it's up, you need to get to Dragon first if they're going to contest it, and make them try to engage on you.
That's what we just saw with that first Ocean Drake that spawned 4 or 5 minutes ago. And they weren't quite able to execute. Matt
they weren't ready
is going
for
to
it.
Find Zig. Yeah, just looking for a bit of harass. There's actually no turret here. Here comes Lourlo. Zig has his teleport.
Pirean has his teleport as well.
There's another teleport as Pirean looks to catch up. Zentinel tries to chase. Lourlo will turn and fight. It's top laner versus top laner with the team helping out, and with the subjugate dropped, Lourlo feels empowered. Here comes Dardoch trying to catch up. Cosmic Binding is going to miss, and Phoenix1 escorts Zig to safety.
Yep, and this is Phoenix picking up the mid lane turret in the meantime. And also Mash was bot side, so Team Liquid knew that they could either get that mid turret or they could throw an arrow top and get engaged.
Yeah, you can really see the priorities showing the difference between the CS. Phoenix has been hard farming against Pirean because Pirean's trying to help people out, whereas Mash has been left alone. So try to let that carry do damage as much as he can.
Yeah, and then you look over what Fabi and Matt have been doing. They've both been roaming around. The kill participation of TL really high on everybody, save for Lourlo. Who's just been doing his split push thing on Trundle. Not unexpected at all.
Yeah. So minor CS lead for Lourlo, but again, Fabi down just a bit. Ocean Drake is up in 50 seconds, and Pirean has no teleport, so he's got to stay in the mid lane. He's got to stay on this side of the map. Here we can actually see Gate looking for a few wards, but Matt's already spotted him out and is going to try to clear out this deep vision. Lourlo's even on that side.
Yeah, if Lourlo gets chunked out here.
Yeah, forced to flash. There's even a tidal wave.
Yeah. Goes out a little bit wide. Lourlo is going to get healed up. so he won't have to back and use his teleport to get in, which is what they were hoping for. They were hoping to get his teleport. They got his flash, so the Trundle has to kind of waddle in there to actually get up. And Zig's been split pushing this entire time, and he's got both Standing Knight and teleport.
Yeah,
So.
Team Liquid, though, they're looking for that vision. Again, try to find a pick. Might be Gate.
Ooh.
Ooh, it misses. He dodges both. Zentinel goes in, knows that the CC is gone. Mash is on the side, relatively untouched. Zig is on top of Fabi and is solo killing him without the help of his team. Mash finally gets caught by Dardoch, who kites it back out. But Pirean, a little bit too late to the action, forced to flash over the wall as Matt takes a long journey to safety. There goes a stun. Ignite is ticking as well. Pirean should be able to get away from this one. Yeah, he drops a slow. That's going to end up being 3 for 1 favoring Team Liquid.
Zig hanging around here. A lot of TL members got kind of low there. Matt got really low right off the bat. But Gate, with the quick feet, able to dodge the arrow. But as he still goes down, as well as Mash and Zentinel.
Yeah.
Even if they didn't get the really hard engage, it seems like P1 want to take these fights, which is good to see.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if you throw enough hooks, eventually you're going to get a bite, right?
Black
That's what they're looking
Squirrel
for.
Eventually finds an acorn.
A nut, yeah.
Yeah. But that's Ocean Drake secured by Team Liquid off the back of the fight. They decide not to push down the tier 2. And with 2 Ocean Drakes and an Infernal, Team Liquid are looking set to transition towards these team fights.
I just think about the saying, because blind squirrel eventually finds a nut. I don't know if that one's exactly right. I wouldn't call P1 a blind squirrel, right? I'd say that they're at least trying. They're throwing these things out there. Zig goes through, taunt flash onto Fabi, make sure Fabi can't do any damage, takes him out. And then P1, look at this, again, trying to make picks.
They drop the slow, there's the tidal wave, but here comes Team Liquid. There's a hard engage from Zig, but he leaves his carries out to dry. Gate goes down. Pirean is going to drop as well. Phoenix picks it up, and Dardoch should be able to lock Zig down with some slow. That's a triple kill
Baron.
for Phoenix. 4-0-4. Dardoch is 4-0-5. Baron has just spawned, and Team Liquid are going to try to burn it down.
Yep, 21.5-minute Baron here. Zentinel has ultimate, almost has his smite. It's a few seconds away, puts down the pink.
Oh, there's
he dodged it.
It misses. He goes
that's
over
too
the wall
early.
too soon. It's at 2,000 health. The color
he's trying to get it down.
low, but Dardoch is going to get the kill, and the Baron Mash is forced to retreat. That's 4 members of Phoenix1 dying to Team Liquid successfully taking the Baron.
Oh, that was so close because Mash started using the culling and it was hitting the Baron on the backside, getting it low. You want to stop damage on the Baron, and that's exactly what TL was doing. But then this sneaky Lucian comes up, almost gets it. Almost a brilliant play there from Phoenix1. But yeah, 5,000 gold lead now for TL off of that play where they had counter-engaged top, and then they had more people collapse. Mash was in base during that time, and Zentinel was just coming out as well. So it was a 3-on-5. Definitely not in favor of Phoenix1 there.
Yeah, you can see all of the vision around that pit. Here that is once again so close.
It's a good dodge. He dives in because he doesn't know, and then it starts tickling the Baron's back. And it's going down so low.
Yeah.
It gets there so quickly, too. It's an unexpected amount of damage.
Well, that's how you steal it, right? That's why Elise and Lee Sin are so good with the execution damage. It's so hard to smite it on time.
Yeah, a lot of the times you have to pretend you're the Elise and be like, okay, what time would I hit Q and smite?
Yeah.
And then you have to pretend the Q is your ability, in a way.
Use the enemy's skills against them. Team Liquid seem to be content to do that against Phoenix, as now they've secured the Baron after picking up a few kills. It's still only a 4,000 gold lead 20 minutes in, but this Baron buff is going to enable Team Liquid to just hard shove and break these turrets. Zig is split on the other side of the map with Stan United. Seems like he's content to trade this tier 2.
I don't know
Team
if
Liquid aren't going to stop at 1.
I don't know if he'll be able to trade effectively either, because immediately we see TL going towards the mid lane with this Baron, and a catch on a Pirean.
Yeah, Pirean is caught. Lourlo is going to be the one who gets the kill. 2-0-4. Once again, the fighters for Team Liquid, the heavy prioritization towards that top side ends up working for them. They're continuing to shove forward. It's a late recall for Zig. They break the tier 2 and the inhibitor turret. They're even going to get this inhibitor.
And TL showing a lot of prowess in this game. And synergy, I guess. Everybody through the barred portal. Magical journey to get out. And honestly, only the bottom lane has even suffered any casualties here. They're all 5 of the deaths. Everybody else, the solo laners and the jungler, Dardoch, a lot of these heavy carries are doing work. And that's the thing, is this Ashe, Fabi, is not really a traditional carry. He's the engage. The bot lane is almost in charge of all their engage, save for Phoenix's diving in and thrusting somebody back with the Emperor's Divide. But they're pretty much the bots that start the fight off at the bottom side.
And this is something that we didn't really expect from Fabi. I mean, in the past, he has been known as the guy who will single-handedly either win you the game with an amazing mechanical outplay or kind of throw it.
Yeah, long gone are the days of Fabi's trolling solo queue and Challenger and figuring out whether or not you're going to make Challenger that day based on the flip of a coin. He's become much more consistent. On Team Liquid Academy, Fabi became kind of the poster child of consistency. The roster was changing around him. He lost Matt. He lost Dardoch.
Yeah.
And at the same time, he still stayed the same high-level AD carry, which was quite impressive because he didn't have any competitive performance previously. He'd just been playing at a high level for many years. And then he came in and said, you know, I want to take this seriously. I want to actually give it a legitimate shot. And then he found it was incredibly fun. He thought it was way more fun than solo queue because the coordination is something that excited him.
Yeah, with the Baron, though, Team Liquid and Fabi look to break down another inhibitor. That arrow is up once again, and Fabi, I'm sure, is scanning for those targets. The moment someone overextends, Zig is splitting with Lourlo, the two people competing. And that siege will continue for Team Liquid on this bottom side.
Yeah, the siege right now, wave clear, definitely in favor of Team Liquid.
Lourlo actually is going to group up with the rest of his team, and as 5, Team Liquid just shove forward and break the turret. As Phoenix1, despite having the engage, the rush to get in, cannot fight. Phoenix1 cannot fight. Team Liquid can fight it.
As soon as you get behind with a comp that wants to run at you, and you have to run through an Azir, woo, hits gate.
Yeah.
Gatekeeper's got it out for him now. Stay there.
Gatekeeper hits the gate.
Funny, first blood.
Skull shots
we'll
are
talk
going
about
to
later.
land as Cosmic Binding finds it. Zig zones away. Dardoch gets pulled in. And Phoenix1 are able to disengage, but Team Liquid don't want the kills. They want the Nexus. They want to end the game.
Yeah, all they have to do is get that last inhibitor, and then they get the double super minion spawns. And it's pretty much, you have to play by the book from there. Mountain Drake is up. I'm not sure how much use it'll be to TL, because there's only really 3 structures left for them to kill.
Well, Baron's up in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
10% bonus damage to Baron, plus, I think, 8 minutes until that Elder Dragon, so good look for that. Mash doing an excellent job CSing right now. 250 over Fabi, trying to fill that hard carry role with the classic Essence Reaver Death's Dance instead of the current style of the armor penetration. Unfortunately, though, he's just not able to find a good position in these team fights.
Yeah. Mash with the old school Lucian build. I call it old school now, but
it wasn't old school a month ago.
Man, that Lucian build, that's so March. That's so April, man. Lord Dominic's Regards is also interesting as well, because Lourlo, he's going to be healing a lot. Dardoch's going to be healing a lot.
Yeah.
Matt heals a lot of people. Actually, it's a little deceptive how much the Bard will be helping people out and assisting them with it, but I can understand it. You want to see those big numbers.
Yeah, that's 3 items finished. Let's see if those 3 items will help him defend this last standing inhibitor turret. As the siege begins, Mountain Drake is secured. Bonus 10% damage to that turret. As the minion waves are escorted in, again, Lourlo in the mid lane, trying to keep the pressure for Phoenix1.
Yep, and you can see Phoenix has been pushing those turrets, putting them down, making sure that they're always behind them when they siege. He's done that mid lane, he's done that here. And this might be that turret going down.
There goes the hard engage. The turret does drop. Zig is caught away. He gets a huge 4-man stun. Sentinel follows it up. Mash is trying to get in there, but he just can't find an entry. Zig is going to go down. Gate follows as well, and Team Liquid chase. Cosmic Binding misses, but that's all 3 inhibs and 5 versus 3. Team Liquid are looking to end the game and take this match against Phoenix1.
And Team Liquid, we talked about how they are a team that is emotional. Won last week's match, they won game 1 here. Coming into game 2, that's gotta feel good.
Yeah.
It's gotta give them a little boost.
Very commanding play against these team fights. Force the vision, force the picks with Fabi, enable Lourlo to split push, and then just clean up any mistakes that Phoenix1 were making. Very confident play from Team Liquid as they're getting back into this. You can tell that win last week really did help them. They just look like a completely different team.
Yeah, well, they have a completely different